Hello everyone, hope you're all okay. Right, welcome to a new little series for February that I've been speaking about in January. This one is going to be hashtag February. I was going to call it 28 Days of February, but I don't know whether I'm going to do it for 28 days. So that's what it is. If anybody wants to join in or just follow that hashtag, if anybody else does join in, then you'll be able to see not just mine but everybody else's as well, because we're going to be using the Gelli plate. Now, I'm no professional, I still class myself as a beginner, so this series will also sort of like be for beginners, and I'm not doing any fancy techniques, it's just going to be mark making basically. So we might get long videos and short videos, because anybody that's done Gelli printing knows that you can get very carried away very easily, and before you know it, the week's gone. Right, and I might also be using these at some point. These are my homemade ones. I have got a video. I don't think I've deleted it. It's not a very good video. I was rather enthusiastic with the whisking of it. It was funny, but it worked out well. So if I have still got it, I'll leave it in the description box if you want to make your own. I think they're brilliant, and if they get ripped or whatever, you just melt it again in the microwave. But they're brilliant. I mean, obviously they're not, they won't probably last as long as the proper one, but you can make all different shapes. Got that one and that one. As you can see, I don't really clean them. And then just two little ones. I can't remember what container I used for those, but these are all probably ready to remelt again. But yeah, so I'll probably be using those at some point. But what I thought I would, part of what I'm going to do, I've got last year's calendar, and I thought I would do the pages of these. I have just rubbed that down. Don't know what I'm doing today. I haven't got any plan as such. And I thought I would make like a little journal with it. I did one last year with my big calendar last year. And it's one of the ones, it's just got that's stuck to there. Just took those pieces out. So yeah, it'll be a mixture of all sorts of things, and I don't know, I've just been having a play just on some plain paper. This is just printer paper. It's that one. And I don't leave the edges like that, and I usually do both sides, but I'll just show you these quickly. That and that. I mean, I actually got 3 prints off of that. That was the first one, that's the second, and that's the third. I'm in greens and blues today. That's another one I've just messed about with. And these are these are just, I don't even know what happened there. My Dilutions paints. So I've got a drawer full of those, some of which are totally dried out and need taking out and using as crayons or something. So like I say, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'll show you how I did this one, and I'll do it on the other side. I always have a piece of paper this side just to wipe off on and that sort of thing. But just anybody that's new to this or painty stuff, and just look everywhere you can for mark making things. The circle that I've used is this. This was just on the bottom of well, not this mug, but it was on the bottom of one of the mugs, but it never stays on, so I've just been sorting a cupboard out and found it and thought, right, that'll be okay. But just just search for things, look for things. This is another thing, and I've literally only just tried this. I think that's what yeah, that's what I made these marks with. It's just the thing off of the spiral thing on a pad of paper. It's that. I've got the smaller ones that were off the calendar, haven't used those for anything. I've even saved the little thing. I was like, oh yeah, we could use that. I don't know, they might end up going in the bin, but just taken them off. So right, shall I shut up now then? Okay, so I've got my brayer. When I say brayer, it's a lino roller. I've mentioned this a lot when I talk about brayers, because brayer, you know, a proper art brayer if you like, they're so expensive. And this was, I think at the time, I've had it about 5 or 6 years, it was about £3 or £4, something like that, just lino roller it is. And then I got a smaller one, and this smaller one again is the lino tool roller, but that one was more expensive than that one, not much, but I think that's about 6 inches, and that'll be 2.5, something like that. So I use that one on the little round ones and that. Right, so where's my paints gone? We use this one. What's this? Mushy peas. That's mushy peas. Say, I have no clue what I'm doing. I've even lost my, oh there it is, my little, can we see, are we in frame? Let's have a look. I've tried to alter my camera angle, but I mean, you use whatever paint you've got. You don't need, these are quite expensive for what they are, but they're nice bright colours. So I'm not knocking them. I use that one and this one, which is polished jade. Just use a bit of that one, shall we? But cheap paints work just as well, but I used all my cheap paints for the other Painty paper series that I've just finished, so I thought I would use some of these. I think if you're new to these, if you get them, I would say don't think, oh well, I won't use those too often because they're expensive. Use them, that's what they're for. And I think a lot of us, that where they've dried up, and it's because, well, certainly for me, it's like, oh well, they was expensive, so I won't use those very often, which is a bit silly because that's the whole point of getting them. But I believe they do them in a different sort of container now. I haven't got any of those. I've got plenty of paints to be going on with. Right, so where are we? Where's my thing gone? We used that, but you could, if you've not got that, you could use, I don't know, a jam jar lid or some sort of lid. And all I did was just squidged it round. It's such a lot of fun. Oh, it really is. And there's so many things you can, you know, you can do. At the time of me recording this, and I hope this doesn't backfire, I hope it still goes ahead, but the lovely Michelle from Crafty Michelle, she is going to be doing, because I'm recording well in advance, she's going to be doing a collaboration. I don't know who else is in it or how many are in it, but she's doing a jelly plate series, well, yeah, I suppose you'd call it series. I don't know how many weeks it's for, I can't remember, but I will leave the link, because obviously there'll be more ladies and you'll be able to, well, there might be gents as well, I don't know who's in it, but I did want to mention that. Pleased I haven't forgotten, because it'll be something else for you to go across and, you know, look at, because I'm sure there'll be some fantastic techniques and that. Say, I'm not doing techniques, I'm just going to be just playing basically. Where's my paper gone? There it is. So I'm just going to do that on this one. It's different colours. I think I'd added some white. Yes, white. I think there was some white. just lay that lightly over. And that's really is like a pea green, that. So I'm going to hang that up. And then I come, sometimes I do it straight away, do the edges, but I often leave it to dry, then come back and do the edges in a different colour, because I like all sorts of colours all mixed up, whether they're supposed to go together or not. That's just me. So that's that one. I've got my little line hung up. I would be really lost without this little line. I shan't do any of the calendar page today. I'll tell you what, I'll go on the back of this one, shall we? Oh, look. That's just so cool. You know, and you'll have days where you could probably be playing for 2 hours and then think, oh, I've not done much there, oh, don't really like that. You can go back to it and add more to it, and, you know, never feel that you can't do it, because you can, because it's just fun. Just save your papers. Don't ever throw anything away. No, 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 that's not allowed. Right, what I'm going to do on here is, let's have a look. I might add some of this turquoise, is it? Calypso, can't read it. Calypso teal. Add a bit of that, shall we? Yes, fingers. How awful using fingers, eh? Now I've got some other white. I have got a white. Let's have a look. Get this. I've got a white Dilutions, but I'm going to use this one. Just take a little paint gloppy off. Use a bit of that. Say sometimes you'll get better results than others. And it's all fun, and you just know that you're not going to have a piece of paper the same as anybody else's. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's just so yummy. Right, where are we? What shall we do on that one? Shall we have a play with this? Right, we'll have a play with that, shall we? And we'll just sort of make squiggly wiggly lines. I'll just wipe that off on there. I don't think I did it on when I was doing that, but I may have done, I can't remember, it's only 2 seconds ago, but I've forgotten. Normally wipe it off, you know, on a scratch piece of paper. But, oh, it's such fun. It's such fun. There we go. So there's quite a lot of paint on that. Put that on that one. I mean, if you're a person that you want your jelly print for, say, you know, putting in your glue books or sticking down as collage or whatever, then you could just leave it like that. But most of mine, I like this covered up. One, because I can't be doing with white, and two, because, you know, a lot of them I put into making little books and journals and stuff, which is why I like both sides done. But that's obviously entirely up to you. Go with whatever you've got. So I have put quite a lot of paint on there. Oh, I'm loving green this morning. Right. Oh, I'll tell you what I'll do. No, I won't. We'll go this way. I'm kind of wanting different colour there. That'll These papers will probably come back another day for me to finish off. I don't know. Like I say, I've no plan. I've just told you that I'll be doing the calendar, but I probably won't even do that. You see, we're on 15 minutes already and I've hardly done anything. But, oh, God, it's just fascinating what you can do. Love it. See, I can cope with that white. There's not too much of it. But honestly, before you know it, you will have so many papers. What else have we got? Else that's got that on. Right. Use that. Oh, I'll use this dark one. This is After Midnight. Although I've got quite a lot of green on there. I'll just put that down there. Like that. Look at that. That's a lovely colour. So that was the Mushy Peas and the Calypso Teal mixed together. But now I'm going to use this After Midnight one. I'll use a bit of that. And it'll be trial and error with you for, you know, what paints you've got, and you know, just try. If you do it and you think, oh, I've not put enough paint on, put more paint on next time, or vice versa. If you think you've put too much on, don't put as much on. And it does depend on the paints. Oh, that is such a lovely colour. I'm going to use this round thing again. Gotta love circles, haven't you? Really, it's the law. It is the law. I'm just going to move that out of the way. If only we could win the lotto and get a great big house with a great big room. I think however big your room is and however much storage and that you've got, you always fill to that size, don't you, sir? Let's delete that statement that I just made. I'm quite happy with my little craft room. We're doing 2 in 1 here. There. What else have I got in here? How about we use a cotton bobbin as well? I'm just sort of swirling that round, so I'm not bothered whether you get the full pattern or not. It's just something, isn't it? Something to do. Keep us busy. Keep our minds occupied. I really don't even know whether you can see properly. You see, look. Oh goodness, I'm on 20 minutes. Well, I was going to put that on here, but now I don't know. Oh, let's risk it. It may or it may not come out. We will see. This is the beauty of it. You just never know. Ooh, yeah. I mean, you can always go back to that later with some white or whatever. Oh, love it. Love. Just going to hang that up. Right. There's that one wet. So, I've got this one. I'm just going to... This is how I tend to mess about. But there's no rules. You can't, you know, you can't do anything wrong. It's your paints and your supplies, and you know, nobody has the right to say, oh no, you don't do it like that. Just the main thing is that you're just having fun and using your supplies, because it's pointless having your supplies if you're not going to use them. There. Actually quite looks like bubbles, and I hadn't intended it to look like that. I'm just going to whack that on there. It won't be anything, but it'll just use that paint up off of there. It. So what else have we got? Got another blue one there. I don't know what I'd done there. I think I'd used a comb or something. Right, let's have a bit of white. Put that down on there. Put a bit of this white down, shall we? See if that'll make a blue, or whether it's just going to be white. I don't know what this will do. Ooh. Pretty, that's a pretty blue. You know, I mean, and you can keep going over it with different colours or... Honestly, I've just got no room. Should have moved that a minute. Oh dear. Oh, that's a really pretty blue. I don't know whether it's showing up on camera how pretty it is. Say some of these we might come back to another day. I might do, I might not do. And you know, get them folded up into, say, a little journal or something, or you can do whatever you like with them. Cut them up for flowers, same as the other painty papers. It's just nice to have a stash of all sorts of painty papers. And I think I better go now, because we're on nearly 25 minutes. So I shall love and leave you. So thank you very much for watching. If you did watch the Painty Paper, Easy Peasy Painty Paper series, I don't know whether you'll want to watch this as well, because as I said, it's going to be more or less the same things, but just using a jelly plate. I may at some point use my stencils, but I've got other things, other mark making things, and you know, homemade stamps and that sort of thing. Obviously if you've got normal stencils, then just use whatever you have. You don't have to, don't want anybody, if anybody wants to play along, I don't want anybody to think, oh well, I've not got that, I can't do that. You can just improvise, use something different. You don't have to use the colours I'm using. I can't comment on you know, I can't making no promises that you won't get paint on your hands. But so if you don't like paint on your hands, you might want to wear gloves or something. Or oh, probably that's just me. I don't know whether everybody gets like that with jelly plate. Oh, I don't mind that. That just makes me happy, really happy. Right, 26 minutes. Thank you ever so much for joining me today with the first day of February jelly. I was quite chuffed with myself when I came up with that. I thought, that's pretty good for you, crikey. So, right, I will see you in the next video. Take care, thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out Michelle's video, and she'll have the links to the other people that are joining in, because you'll pick up some really good tips from there if you're interested in jelly printing. So take care, bye.